Facebook, YouTube, futuristic marketers, email list, you need to pay close attention to this. I'm going to talk about a brief metaphor from what I learned at service today at church. Now, they were going over past, present, and future. That's a new series that they just started. Now, while that seemed very simplistic, a lot of people either use their past as a reference point that's bad and they kind of have nostalgia about how bad it was, or they have nostalgia and they look at like, that was the greatest time ever. Life doesn't get any better than the past. So they use the metaphor of when Joshua is in the Bible in chapter 6, they're grinding, they put in this work, they walk around Jericho, and the walls go down after they yell. And then one guy, unfortunately, starts to loot Jericho, and he takes a few things, and God says, that's not cool. No, all that stuff is sinful. It's in the past. So then chapter 7, there's a big but. Chapter 7 starts out with but. And when the Bible starts out with but, you know that things are either going to change for the worst or the better. In this case, it was the worst. And people would look back and say, oh, yeah, well, we shouldn't have done that. And then Joshua gets on his face and says, Lord, why is it like this? And God tells him, get up, stop, get off your face, and start moving forward. This is what happened. Now, many of us in life, whether it's a divorce or prior, maybe came from a bad neighborhood, and you look at the past and you go, okay, let's say this hat is the past and this Bible is the future. So instead of in the present, you're like, oh, yeah, I want to go get this done, but my past, boom, pushes you back, says that I've always been broke, or I've always had bad relationship problems, and I'll never, ever amount to anything. Or maybe you look at the past as like the best time you ever had. Oh, the economy was good in the past, right? Things were good. I had a good marriage going on. Old people that are like 55, 60, they go, oh, yeah, the good old days. Well, the good old days had a lot of racism. They had a lot of, some of our country's best leaders were murdered, right? We had a Vietnam War going on where thousands and thousands and millions of more people died in wars back then than people have from these recent wars. Not to say that anything like that is good at all, but they go, oh, yeah, I'm going to move forward to the future. Then the past goes, wait, this is as good as it gets. Now, if you switch the equation around and you let your past, instead of blocking you and pushing you back, you say, yeah, I had a divorce. Well, my business was kind of slow. I never sponsored anybody, but something better's happened in the future. God's got something better for me. Or maybe you just believe that you're going to manifest something better yourself. I believe in God, obviously. Now, or you're going, yeah, well, the past, it was good, but guess what? Better things are yet to come. I just found this internet marketing course. I plugged in with a leader who's going to take care of me, and he's giving me some coaching. I'm going to go ahead and use that. Now, the paradigm shift that's happening with everything going online is allowing anybody who wants to do anything to position themselves. Now, if you're an intellectual person, not even intellectual, but you have common sense, you're probably not going to buy something that's stupid and it's going to be a waste of money and complain about getting scammed. I've never even really have not had that, question ever happen. So with that, you need to take on a leadership role right now and say, am I going to let my past dictate my life by letting the past be the best reference point, and yet there's nothing better in the future that's better to look forward to? Or a bad reference point and say, yeah, since my past was bad, my future will be as well? Or are you just going to shake it off and let it propel you into bigger and better things, whether you had a good history back in 2006, 2007 when the economy was quote-unquote better, or it was a bad time for you like it was for me, living in a high-crime neighborhood, didn't have a poverty mindset, but had a bad mentality, negative culture that I lived in, gang culture, and it propelled me forward. At some point it did. It held me back, but now it's propelling me forward and taking leaps and bounds and accomplishing things, getting leads, making sales, and all of a sudden, boom. It's like you learn Kung Fu and you learn how to block all that stuff, and your eyes are open to all the possibilities. Now, this is obviously spiritually as far as, the blessings for the believers and having the holy presence of the Lord. And you can use that metaphor to, put it towards your finances, put it towards your health, your exercise plan. The best is yet to come. So if you're in futuristic marketing, take heed that we are the beta, the new of the new, where the shift is going, how to automate things and make residual income and sales and sponsor people or whatever you want to do. We are on the head of the ship as far as the marketing, and we're leading the people. Leaders will emerge from this, and there will be new things that are happening. Now, I'm also setting up a 2013 takeover plan, and I'm going to incorporate my team members, everyone that's kind of getting to know me inside of that, so that we can be all in sync and in flow and have massive results over the next year when other people are, twiddling their thumbs, drinking daily, trying to forget about their problems, wondering what's going to happen. We are going to manifest more success than we've ever had in our entire lives, which is incredible. Now, every economy shift never results in money just disappearing. It's just redistributed. And if you know how to position yourself and become a distribution center, like you're just sucking it out of the internet, it's just coming to you in massive quantities, then you're locking in your success for a lifetime. I hope you guys take this to heart, take massive action. Hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Skype. Love you guys. Peace!